First talk of the day. So today with me, I have got Joy DeVos. Sorry, Joy DeVos, and she is one of the leaders of the 4-H club here in the Shuswap, and she is going to tell us how we can get involved in 4-H.
Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in and seeing and learning a little bit more about 4-H. 4-H is an amazing program for youth development. It's intended for children ages 6 to 25. They can do a variety of projects. They can do non-animal projects. They can do animal projects. They don't need to live on a farm in order to do a 4-H project. If they would like to do dairy or poultry or swine, there's many projects. If they're not interested in animals, there's projects that are similar to leathercraft, foods, arts, marketing, there's aquaculture, environment, agronomy. There's many different facets for a child to learn how to be tomorrow's leader. And with 4-H, they're able to have the opportunity throughout a 4-H year to do public speaking, do demonstrations, do educational display boards. Those are tricky. If a kid can do an educational display board, have it very attractive to their audience to read and view and have a learning outcome in under 2 minutes, they have successfully completed that ed board and they have been able to give the opportunity to somebody to learn. Within 4-H, it's a program that encourages the entire family. We like the family members to be involved with helping us mentor their young children and help lead them into being tomorrow's leaders. And ways that parents can do that is by being involved with their child, which is really awesome because the children get to look up to their parents and get to see them being part of something they're interested in. And they're able to plan projects out the whole entire year. They're able to set goals together, and the child is able to assess at the end of their year if they have achieved their goals. And it's a self-evaluation that they do, something that's absolutely fabulous for our young people when they're going out into tomorrow's world. 4-H in British Columbia inspires and educates and builds awareness of agriculture and food production and develops skills to help youth reach their full potential. The vision for the young people who are empowered leaders with the skills to make positive changes in all communities across British Columbia benefits everybody in our society. In our district, in the Shuswap district, Salmon 4-H Council, we have 6 clubs currently. We have Milky Way Dairy, we have Deep Creek Dairy, Shuswap Dairy, Shuswap 4-H, Queest Mountain, and Lakeview Country. Lakeview, sorry. The projects that are currently in our district right now are Ambassador, Clover Buds. Clover Buds are for the 6 to 8-year-olds. Those are the cute little ones that are open to learning anything. And they're allowed to explore 18 different projects over 3 years. And then from then, when they become a junior member, they can decide to go into the project that was the most interesting to them. A member can do up to 4 projects in 1 year, and with good leadership from their leaders and other volunteers that help lead these projects, they're able to learn more things that they can do, which is actually very exciting. Something that not every child has the opportunity to do. I'd really encourage the involvement in those learning outcomes. We also have junior leadership projects, self-determined projects. This is where a member will take on a design of a project that they want to do that they think they can do. And they will make their learning outcomes in a project book, and they will send their proposal to the Ministry of Agriculture, and the Ministry of Agriculture will decide if this project is feasible or if they need to make some tweaks in their design for what they wanted to do. And then when it's approved, the member has the timeline that they set out in their project if they're going to achieve this. And then they have to finish off their year by submitting their final report and how they made their outcome. Their 4-H leaders will then, of course, have to look over whether they did achieve their outcome, and then this will then be forwarded to the Ministry of Agriculture, and then it'll be approved or it'll be rejected if they didn't complete. Other projects are dairy, beef, poultry, dog, calvie, rabbit, sheep, swine, honeybee, photography, fiber arts, gardening. Gardening is a very important one. Anyone can do gardening. You can do rooftop gardening. You can do gardening in your backyard. You don't need a big yard to do gardening. There's goat and horse. So that's currently what is in our 4-H district right now. There are choices from 53 different 4-H projects that are available to all the youth in our province. And 4-H has something to offer to everyone. For me, my favorite part of 4-H is seeing the kids develop. When they first start off their 4-H year and they have to do their public speaking and they're like, no, I don't want to do it. They get really nervous, but when they go up there and they finally survive that public speaking and they're done, they can't wait to go back to their seat and they look at their member next to them and they say, that was easy, your turn. So it's a lot of fun for us as leaders to watch the children develop. Every year that they do their public speaking, they're able to achieve and speak and say so much more. They're able to communicate their message to whomever their audience is going to be, and they're able to do it with confidence and assurance. And this is really important in today's society because people are not always listening. And if you need to get your message out, you need to know how to go out there and deliver that message, and hopefully in a way that reaches your target audience. Which is also another 4-H project I did mention earlier, is marketing. Marketing is something that we do all the time when we're trying to promote our businesses, when we're trying to promote our 4-H projects, when we're just simply trying to go out there and make a difference in our world. All of these skills, they all tie into each other and they're very wonderful. I'd like to go back to demonstration. Demonstration is when you have a team of 2 members working together, whether it's a junior and a senior member, whether it's just 2 junior members or 2 senior members, in tandem, they have to learn how to present a project or whatever it is that they're trying to demonstrate. And they do it taking turns, working in a partnership, and they're able to get their project out in about 10 minutes, and then the audience will ask them questions about what they showed them. And they have about 8 minutes where they can answer questions. And then when they're done, they have to ask their audience clearly, are there any more questions? And when the audience doesn't respond, then they know that they're done, but they had to ask. So there's a lot of different skills that they've had to learn in order to meet the end and outcome of what they wanted to do. Me as a 4-H leader, I love volunteering. I really love the 4-H program. When I started being a 4-H leader, I didn't know anything about dairy. I'm still learning. And I didn't know anything at all about 4-H because I grew up in Winnipeg and I didn't get that opportunity to do 4-H. But now that I'm involved, I realize I could have done gardening. I could have done a poultry project. I could have had 3 chickens in my backyard. I could have done fiber arts. I could have done leathercraft. I could have done archery. And I still would have been able to go and do public speaking, something that I didn't know how to do when I took over as a 4-H leader. And the benefits from 4-H in general are just phenomenal. I can't even list all the tangible benefits that your child will have. The best part of 4-H is they get to get dirty, which is so important. Dirt is really healthy. And that goes back to gardening. Gardening is a very healthy and fun project to do. And the kids get to work with other kids that they otherwise would not have met, but they're doing something that they're passionate about together as a team. And they get to meet kids from other districts and throughout the province. They get to go to the fairs. They get to enjoy just being children and achieving on their own self. Because in 4-H, you're not just competing against your competitor. You're competing against who you were last year and how you're going to be tomorrow. And those are just some of the many variables to the 4-H project. If you have any questions, in our area, we have an email. I'll give you the email for volunteer support at bc4h.bc.ca. They also have a website. The website for 4-H is www.bc4h.bc.ca. The phone number for the district or for the provincial office is 1-866-776-0373. And I am available to answer any questions if anybody is ever interested to know more about 4-H. My email address is kjde, V as in Victor, O as in Ostrich, S as in Sam, at telus.net. And I would love to be there. I'd love to answer your questions, and I'd love to help guide you with selecting a positive project for your child to do and help them become tomorrow's leader.